Now that you have written your book, it is time to create the ebooks. This is a book that was written over 100 years ago that I am publishing again. We will first create the Kindle. We will be using Microsoft Word since most people use Word, and that is what I use. It is much easier to use than Scrivener, and there is less chance of losing your work. The most important thing you need to do is make sure that all of your headings are set to heading 1. Make sure that the body text is set to body text and formatted as you want it. You can have subheadings if you want, but the heading 1 is the most important. It will show up on the left-hand side, and the heading 1 is used to create the table of contents. At the end of the book, you can add links to your other books that are already published. Just copy the link, select the text, choose Hyperlink, click Target, and choose Open in New Window. Your link is ready. You can have an unlinked table of contents in the book, but we will not put a linked table of contents until we prepare the Word document for the EPUB, which needs a linked table of contents. Once your Word document is ready to go, we can create the Kindle. Open Kindle Create, which you can download from Amazon. Just Google Download Kindle Create. You can select which type of book you have. We will select the main one for most books. It only accepts doc and docx files. Select your file. It will convert it to a MOBI. You will need to make sure that your chapter titles have shown up, but you can manually add any that have not. I always check every page of the book because once in a while I will find a paragraph that has wrong formatting. It usually turns out to be in the original Word document, which I just happened to overlook. You can manually make changes to the formatting, but it is not as easy or fully functional as Microsoft Word. It's not a full-fledged word processing program, but it always makes the chapter headings much larger than what I like, so I have to go through and manually change all the chapter headings. Be sure to save your work from time to time in case of any problems. That way you won't lose the work you've done. Before you publish, you can preview the book. The cover will be added later when you publish on Amazon. Everything looks good, so now we can create the Kindle or MOBI file by clicking Publish. But first, let's look at some formatting options. You can choose from different themes. I usually just go with the main theme. You can also do text decoration yourself, but the options are limited. At the front of the book, you can highlight the copyright text and click Copyright so it knows what the text is, and it will put it on a separate page automatically without needing to add any page separators in the original Word document. See the space that is created when you hit the Enter key in this program? This is not acceptable, and you cannot get rid of it. The only way to prevent it is to format it correctly in Word. So let's take a look at that. When you are in Word, rather than hit the Enter key in the middle of your heading, hit Shift-Enter. This is the correct way to put your heading text on 2 lines without the huge space. Now that everything is ready, we can publish the Kindle. We have learned how to prepare a Word document for Kindle, how to create an ebook with Kindle Create. And you don't need to make a Mobi. Kindle Create will make the Mobi. That's all for this module. Let's move on to the next module.